All right, coming to you live from Orlando, Florida. Well, really, Maitland, right off the skirts of downtown Orlando. I just want to, first and foremost, thank everyone for pressing play. This episode is brought to you by... exactly, nobody. But that's okay. We're going to have fun today on today's episode. I normally do it Tuesday or Wednesdays. I kind of float around, but what is going on in Florida? Just jump right into it. Miami, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, all three teams struggling. We're going to start with the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, in London yesterday, which I didn't catch the game, but I was watching the Gamecast on ESPN, and it was just... the Eagles, to me, seemed like they wanted that victory way more than Jacksonville did. I'm not trying to say, Jacksonville just gave up or they lost the game. I'm not saying that, but there's definitely a problem in Jacksonville in the quarterback position, which is lingering on into the defense, which is tiring them out because they have to stay on the field all the time because Blake Bortles is going 3 and out or just not moving the chains the right way to keep the defense fresh. And I don't know what to say about Jacksonville completely, losing the last 4. I've talked so good about Jacksonville, and it's kind of backfired. It really has, because, I look in the AFC, and of course, the Steelers bounced back beating the Browns yesterday, but you look at a lot of different teams, and who's going to beat New England? And I thought it was Jacksonville. And, again, it's a thought. It's not completely done for them, but they have to definitely go on a winning streak and maybe lose one. They can only lose 1 or 2 more games to even have a shot at the wild card. So we'll just have to see what happens. But I want to jump into the stats with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Blake Bortles, 24 for 41, 286 yards with 1 touchdown. Sorry, that's just not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done, Blake. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know if you got some things going on in your personal life. Need to get addressed. But this team is counting on you. And it looks like you might be traded. Who knows, right? Who knows? But that's the way the business goes. And each player that signs these contracts, they know that they are under fire each and every week they go out. And you look at the rushing, oh my goodness. It's sad when you're, and this is no, miscredit to Philadelphia Eagles defense, but your top rusher is your quarterback at 43 yards. Hyde had 11 yards off 6 carries. 6 carries! Why are you not rushing the ball more? And I understand losing Forte, that's a big hit. That's a big hit, but the next guy has to step up for Jacksonville in order for them to even have a chance this year. And that's sad because they almost got into the Super Bowl last year. And Carson Wentz, 21 for 30, 286 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 little interception. I say 1 little interception because they could have probably, ran away with this game completely if that interception didn't take place. But it's a little interception because he got 3 touchdowns. You got to look at the yards and the touchdowns. And he's performing. And now the Eagles go to 4-4. Jacksonville 3-5. That was just like a real desperate game for both of those teams. And Jacksonville came up short, unfortunately. But you know what? It is what it is, right? We're jumping into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh my God. What a oh my goodness. 4 interceptions, Winston, on the day. Had to sit his butt down at 4 interceptions, but why didn't the coach sit him down a little sooner? 4 interceptions. My goodness. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes in and goes 11 for 15, 194 yards and 2 touchdowns. Barber with 19 carries, 85 yards, 1 touchdown. Buccaneers, kind of like the Dolphins. The quarterback situation. And that's what we're dealing with down here in Florida. Being a Miami Dolphins fan, with the whole injury with Ryan Tannehill after the Cincinnati game. And I was told that it was even before that. He injured it. He played through it in Cincinnati and made it even worse, which probably wasn't a smart idea. But Brock just couldn't get it done. He really just couldn't get it done. He threw for 240 yards, but no touchdowns. No touchdowns. And it's funny when, the trick play was really cool with Danny Amendola, but it's funny when your wide receiver gets more touchdowns than your quarterback. And I understand that Brock coming back to Houston with the contract they gave him years ago made a dent in his performance, but still, the only good thing that came out of this game for the Miami Dolphins is Parker. Our wide receiver had 6 receptions for 134 yards and averaged 22.3 yards a catch. So with him being back and playing like that, and I've also heard from sources that he is expected to stay in Miami throughout this year. That's going to help with Albert being on the injury reserve. Still trying to recover from the groin injury. There's a lot of... We're just kind of like Gates said, we're kind of maxed out. Adam Gates said we're maxed out at getting injuries at this point in the year. We got to stay healthy from this point out, and staying more focused on the Miami Dolphins and the Houston highlights. My goodness. Andy Dalton, we're not talking Cincinnati. Watts, 16 for 20, 239 yards and 5 touchdown passes. 5 touchdown passes. And a former Miami Dolphins, which I really, really rooted for this guy when we had him. Lamar Miller, 18 carries, 133 yards, 1 touchdown. Ran all over Miami Dolphins defense. Defense has been exposed. Our defense is young. But I still see a playoff breath, I guess you could say, correcting myself, for the Miami Dolphins. But the Houston Texans, watch out for them. 5 straight. Quarterback just threw 5 touchdowns. I guess the defense that started out top 10 in the beginning of the year. So, with injuries, Dolphins, we just got to hang in there. Ryan Tannehill should be back for the Jets game, but who really knows? I'm kind of glad that we had the Thursday game it was a short week, but now we get a long week so we can get some recoveries and get back to winning. We have to beat the Jets. Then we go on a bye, and I believe we play the Colts next after that. So those are 2 winnable games, even though Andrew Luck is playing at a caliber back to when he first began with the Colts. So, that's a little scary, and it's in Indianapolis in the Dome. But Dolphins need to definitely address the next man up, because the injuries are just piling up. And Brock did his thing against Chicago, but did nothing really productive towards Detroit and Houston. We need Tannehill back. And not only Tannehill to be back, but for him to perform at the level of even better than what he's even started in the games he started this year. Even though it was great, but, you got to be greater. Because unfortunately, the injuries on the wide receivers, it's taking a big hit on us. And our defense, again, is young and needs improvement. But this group is definitely a talented group enough to get into the playoffs. And we shall see that. With that being said, this is the Young M-Bar Show. I title it, hashtag it, the M-Bar Show. And just a little bit more about it. It's faith-based, sports, a little bit of comedian trying, and some music. A lot of music that I like to record. I love to freestyle, which I will put myself even on the spot and do a little freestyle for you all. It's a blessing to be able to build up enough courage to be able to even come and do these podcasts. I used to, deal with insecurities. I've dealt with, fear and different things. In the next podcast that I'm going to be recording live after this, we will definitely explain a little bit more about the faith portion of my show. So I hope you can be able to check that out. And, life is not easy. I just want to kind of end this episode on a note that, we all need. As sports fans, as believers, as just human beings. Life is not easy, and we do fail a lot of times in things that we want to do, and it discourages us from trying again. And it could be relationships, it could be a job opportunity, and we all deal with fear. We all deal with the thought of failure. And I've been dealing with this constantly, wondering, what can I do better to improve my life? What can I do to improve my financial status? For, trading my hours for money is where I'm at. Do I want to be like that forever? No. Eventually, one day, I would love to be able to own my own corporation, do the things that I love to do with the podcasting, the music, and just learning more of the business side of things. I think there's a lot of education that I'm lacking in that part, and that'll come. I know that God will put the right people in my life to help me succeed, and I pray for that daily. And as much as life is hard to deal with certain people, we need people in our lives. We're surrounded by nothing but people, so that is an indication that God definitely shows us that people matter. And that's something that I believe we all deal with on a daily basis, that it's not easy. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in the next episode. A little bit about just conquering your fears and doing the things that you want to do in life. And this episode that's coming up will not only be for you, it's for me as well. Well, this is Young Imbar, and I'm going to do a little freestyle. Like I said, I'm going to put myself on the spot. Sometimes I forget a little bit of the things that I say when I'm doing these podcasts, but that's all right. Blonde moments. But let me go ahead and throw this beat on real quick. I got another minute, so I'm going to go ahead and try to just swing it on there and just do a little something. Talk about big bank, yeah, instrumental. A lot of people, man, yeah, they get really mental. Talking about disorders and stuff. A lot of things, man, it's a mess. Gotta really have faith in yourself. A lot of people, they don't understand how to really see that way. Oh wait, let me get my wealth. A lot of people, man, they don't know what's underneath the belt. Oh, at least that clip. A lot of people don't understand when they really ain't got no sense. Common sense ain't so common, but it's okay, man. I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna stay reloaded. A lot of people, man, all they do is go by the code, but I just don't even have them laws. A lot of people don't understand. I really gotta sign off. Only 30 seconds left. I'm gonna come back on this beat and I'm gonna really do my best. Hey, well, I'm live right now. Live, and bye. We're coming back.